Hello YouTube, it's time for another video because it's another Tuesday and I'm off work and I can make a video today. So I'm going to make a video today. And lucky me, I had a package come in the mail today, so I'm going to do a review. And one thing that I'm kind of going to be going over with this is there's an overarching thread that I see in a lot of forums and Facebook groups and groups in general where people bitch and complain about how bands change their sounds and then they don't sound like they used to sound anymore. And a classic example of that is Decapitated. When Decapitated started out, they were more of a brutal death metal band, kind of in the vein of Deicide, maybe a little different in their own way, kind of Deicide mixed with Vader. And now they are definitely a different band. I really don't know what to describe them as. They really kind of sound like early Soilwork at this point. And I'm perfectly happy with that because I like early Soilwork. But a lot of people don't like it and they bitch about it and they bitch about their band. Oh, I wish they did what they used to do. But I'm here to tell you that if you complain about how a band changes its sound, you're a fucking dildo. You need to get a life and shut the fuck up. And I'm going to explain why. It's really stupid. For one thing, the artist will do what the artist wants to do. I don't owe you anything. They don't owe you an album the way you think it's going to sound. But the other great thing about living in 2017 is that if you don't like the way that one band sounds, another band will come along and take that formula of the band that you like and crank it up to the next fucking level. And at first, as of the last couple of years, when I felt that I wanted something that sounded like earlier Decapitated, there was this nifty band, I think they're from Italy, called Adveniens. And they came along and they're like, hey, we're going to abuse an octopus and make it play drums for us. And then this motherfucker came out right here called Cast the First Stone, and it's definitely a masterpiece, and they refined that sound that they come out with that kind of is like Decapitated-ish. It's death metal for the sake of heavy rhythmic passages and just relentless pummeling. But this would seem to be the stand for me of holy shit, here's this crazy fast rhythmic death metal band that I want to lift weights to, and it's really groovy and great in that way. If you haven't listened to this album, you need to do that. So it's a great album. But you know, it kind of seemed like a standard was set that was going to be held for a while. And then, surprisingly enough, no, somebody stepped it up even further. Now, it's not like Our Penance is like putting out a pop album. That's their latest album. They still sound like that. That's what they are now. But holy shit, then I found this. Here's this band. It's called Hideous Divinity. These guys are great. They're not really a newer band, but they're newer in popularity because people are now finding them. The last album definitely got them some attention and hype, so when this was going to come out, I saw a lot of hype on the Technical Death Metal sharing page. And then all of a sudden it's out and everybody's flipping their shit, and for good reason. Like, Jesus Christ, like, this is like getting hit in the nuts with a hammer over and over, and not a bad way, you know. But it's just insane and intense, and maybe more intense than Our Penance. I don't know how a band can do that, but they did. And it's almost too much. Like, you really have to, I have to be in the mood for this kind of thing. Like, it's just so fucking intense, and it's good. It's an absolute masterpiece. Like, this band went out and aimed to do what they were going to do, and they absolutely did it. And it's almost on like a Origin level, you know, like my shirt. It's almost like Origin level intense. Like, it's just holy shit. It's like cheesecake of hammering drums. It's just you have to take it in small portions sometimes. But you definitely need to check this out. But yeah, like I said, it's a lot of just that kind of style of older Decapitated, but just maybe a little bit more. Maybe a little, you know, if you felt like I could go for something a little bit faster, a little bit more aggressive drumming somehow than that, then that's what you're going to get out of this. And I mean, like, it's overall a very technical album. The guitars are very technical. It's very cleanly recorded. There's a lot of solo work, everything else that you would expect from a death metal album in 2017. But this doesn't necessarily cater to the crowd who would want something like another masterpiece in a completely different way, like Vervum's album. You know, something more in the vein of Necrophagus that has very like classically trained, intricate guitar melodies and passages. This is not that same kind of style. This is a different style. Very similar, and they can be listened to together, but this is not that animal. This is just pure aggression, whereas that, you know, other style is more beauty. And it's cool because, you know, it's different music for different moods. And sometimes I'm in the mood for Verbum, but sometimes I'm in the mood for Hour of Penance. But yeah, you should definitely check this out. You can purchase this from Everlasting Spew. If you check them out on Facebook, they have a page where you can order from them. And I got this, and I don't know if you can see, there is a flag. I got this really awesome flag from them as well that came with this album. But I can't recommend this enough, and if this sounds like something you would like, you definitely need to check this out. It's a great album, can't recommend it enough. If you want that kind of music, you need to get it here. So check this out. Goodbye.